everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Mighty Misfit Menagerie does Candlekeep Mysteries, episode 2, Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions, or...
I didn't know we had so many titles.
That was the best I could have hoped for.
I don't know how to pronounce all that together.
Thank you guys so much for joining in. We are on to chapter, book 2, second installment of the Candlekeep Mysteries. It's episode 3, but it's book 2 of Candlekeep. You get the point. The title will be in the description somewhere, probably in the title of the video you're watching.
Okay, get to it, Coulter.
I don't know what you're looking at me for.
Do we want to go over what our band of misfits had gone over last time? Helena, do you mind giving us a recap?
I don't. All right. So you met a bunch of weirdos that live at Candlekeep. There's Naya. She works at the Bath and Steam House. There's Benlin. He works at the Hearth. He's an excellent cook. There's Laszlo.
And Gardner.
Yes. And Gardner and general all around amazing being. There's
Can't buy
Laszlo.
books.
He's also single, but not ready to mingle.
There's Laszlo, the guy that works at the binder who never reads the books that come under his binding. Oh my goodness. There is Kirill, the amazing bard who, doesn't have any PTSD from, being held captive for many years.
Why would you bring it up?
Sorry. And then there's Bo. Okay. And then there's Bo, who is a turtle, and he is fiercely defensive of this Candlekeep and hopefully will be made official soon. There's also Page Thievery, the Tabaxi cat burglar, who is, okay, I'm really losing track here.
Literal cat burglar.
Somebody commented that. I can't take credit.
A cat who likes to thieve. He doesn't steal cats. I just want to say that.
Good to distinguish that. But that would be cool if you also incorporated stealing cats into your character. So think about that.
It would be liberating them. Yeah.
So Naya had a client who had some cursed lands, unfortunately. So she sent the boys to find Matrius the sage, who knew about curses. Not enough to not get himself trapped in an extra-dimensional space that he stumbled on. So they follow him into this extra-dimensional space, get trapped there, which is a fate better than what happened to Matrius, which is that he died. But so they explored a cool, permanent, magnificent mansion spell and figured, using their wits, figured out a way out. I don't think they took any of the treasure, but it was a good first outing. So they all made it back.
We thought it belonged to somebody.
I guess it kind of does. I like how you thought of that, because the book is just like, these are the treasures if they want to take these things. But you're right. It's kind of like, especially the globe that, I'm sorry, we're getting off track. Anyway, so they made it back. Matrius was dead, but they were able to find another sage who knows a thing or two about curses, and he was able to determine that it was cursed weevils. So he got out there, he figured it out, and now we are doing our daily thing again. Has anybody would like to say anything that happened in the interim?
I would, of course, have gone to Naya and told her all about our misadventures within the mansion itself. She was titillated. Yes, in great detail, being very annoyed about the whole thing.
Especially the encounter with the mimic chair. Quite enthralling.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let me dive in then. And
Coulter, didn't you want to do something in the interim?
I've been bugging Laszlo every single day since I found out that he was a caster, not just a bookbinder. I'm just trying to understand where you got the powers. And you don't have to be explicit about it.
I keep telling you that I don't read any of the books that come through the bindery.
I believe you. I entirely understand that question, but that's not really, or that response, but it's not entirely an answer to what I'm asking.
You're
being very specific. I'm
no longer comfortable in this conversation.
Okay, we'll try again tomorrow. I'm still proud of you.
Oh, thanks.
And with Laszlo,
didn't you want to ask me about something?
Oh, sorry. We're still getting
We just discussed this, guys.
We did just prepare this. Okay. Okay, so Benlin, how did your date go with my delicious moon elf friend?
You mean the serial narcissist who spent the entire evening telling me about his great accomplishments in Luskin?
Well, I just figured to take the pressure off you to talk if he had plenty to say.
Yes, no, he had plenty to say. So much so that I feel like when I excused myself and never returned, that he's probably still there talking.
Endless entertainment, darling. You're really not seeing the upside.
Next time, maybe somebody who is less talky. If there is a next time, which I'm not saying there will be.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of pushing you, darling. But I do know a lovely halfling. And I walk away.
All right. That's all we wanted to get out of the way. Take it away, Jake.
Time is a weird thing. Time is a construct. Having been, what did we say, a week and a half, 2 weeks since our last adventure, all of this having gone on in between excursions, tonight we find everybody in the hearth. Home base, as it will.
Ooh.
In the future, I need to work on my scaling.
This is awesome. I love it. Look at your kitchen, Bentley.
Is this a custom map or from the book?
It's not from Candlekeep Mysteries.
Oh.
I did not make it. Anyone who has played Descent into Avernus may recognize this tavern.
All right, I'm going to be in the kitchen, clearly. So,
yeah, if everybody wants to place their tokens respectively, I have Paige off in the corner scheming, preparing to execute his latest plan.
I've also decided that this is my kitchen window that I talk through all the time.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm sitting on the bar next to Kirill. That's where he's at.
I'm sitting on a bar stool, leaning back, strumming a quiet tune to keep the patrons company.
I'm going to come in, enter the front doors, see Kirill at the bar, and kind of look away and hastily try to make it towards this booth before he sees me. He's not stealthy, so.
Okay. I'll say my passive perception is a 12. 11. So.
I mean, if he's not trying to stealth, then he
Laszlo's not the stealthiest, and while the hearth is a wonderful place, the doors are a little creaky. It's been on Benlin's list of things to tell Paige to fix. It just hasn't happened yet. You would have noticed.
Kirill generally looks around while he plays to get inspiration to how to continue.
Yeah.
Oh, is the poor dear avoiding you still?
I think he is strumming
Kirill, what
a minor
did you do?
chord. I'm asking him to, and I say loudly, so that Laszlo can hear me. I'm asking him too many questions about his magical powers.
Isn't he a wizard?
Maybe don't be noisy then.
And I believe he's honest, if he's telling me he's not reading the books, and it makes no sense for him to be a wizard. It's possible that he's a sorcerer, so they're just innate abilities.
He is a dragonborn. Isn't that common for them?
My former mistress was a dragon that presented as a sorceress, so, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
Are you trying to say that Laszlo is secretly a dragon?
No, she presented as a human beforehand. Half-elf. Half-elf.
Well, regardless, you should go apologize.
Something is definitely hiding underneath him, though.
Hopefully not one of your clients. Step off.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and cross over. I'm sorry if I've been...
and I'll kind of pull a book out and put it on the chair next to me. Do you need something?
I just wanted to say I'm sorry if I've been too prying. I know that I've really been goading you about this, and it's not my place. Oh. When you're ready to come forward, or if you do need help, I just hope you know we're all here for you.
Thank you. And thank you for helping me through the the magical mansion thing and helping me get back. I appreciate it.
I still hold true that at heart you are an adventurer.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason you brought a book into a tavern?
Oh, this. I'm just reading it. Do you want to take a peek? It's mine. It's definitely mine. It's not from anywhere else.
If it's yours, I think that's fair. I'll go ahead.
Just be careful with the pages.
I set it down gingerly onto the tabletop and slowly open it.
As you go to open it, the brown leather is worn from years of being handed around, sold to different vendors, sold to different people in the streets. You open it, and the very first page, in very elegant black ink, beautiful cursive, lined perfectly straight across, says Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions by... I'm so sorry. I can't remember Mazfroth's last name. By Mazfroth Gathur.
Mazfroth Gathur. Does the name mean anything to me off the bat, or no?
You being a bard would know that Mazfroth wrote a lot about magic and where it comes from, what it can do. Mazfroth's books are very hard to get through as they're more rants, raves, kind of almost equivalent to like crazy podcasts of our time. So niche a little bit, but whether or not you've gone all the way through a Mazfroth book, it's kind of up to you.
Laszlo, I don't mean to take a judgmental stance on your choice of literature, but Mazfroth? It's a little heavy, isn't it?
Well, I mean, a book's a book. Heavy. I don't. It's easy for me to understand it.
I guess heavy was maybe the wrong word. He's a rambling lunatic.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about all that.
Oh, leaning back. Oh, go ahead.
While they're talking, I'm going to slap a cheese board with a little bit of dried meat on it in front of Laszlo. And like, I went on the most abysmal date with a moon elf to get these cheeses. Which one is your favorite? I'll push it towards you with a cheese fork.
I carefully close the book and hand it back to Laszlo to keep it away from the grease of the meat and cheese.
Thank you. Why did you go on a date to get cheese?
Well, because you have to, these cheeses are from Calamshan. This one's from Chult. This one here, the Chult one is, I believe, a dinosaur cheese, which is weird because I didn't even think they had milk.
Wait. Chult cheese? What?
Yes. Naya got me a bunch of cheeses if I promised to go on a date with her moon elf.
I'm coming over for that one.
Oh no, hi, Bo.
This is dried basilisk meat. This one over here is minotaur cheese. I don't know.
Naya, Benland's laying out the cheeses.
But can I get on that side of the table? Maybe. I don't feel. I feel boxed in.
And this one is a 30-year-old something kind of cheese. I don't remember what she said, but this one is the one I'm hoping for. It smells to high heaven, but it should be amazing. Now here you go.
They all look amazing. They're all delicious, I think.
Which one is your favorite, though?
All of they're all nice.
When he says he feels back in, I'm gonna back up and like let him pass if he wants to, because I don't want him to feel trapped.
Laszlo,
you're so good at it.
There a reason you're carrying these ramblings around?
When I don't feel comfortable, I read, and it calms me a bit. So like right now, and he opens up the book to like the second page and starts reading a little bit.
Okay, well, perhaps I am over judging this author. Would you care to illuminate for all of us some of the wisdom that you've gained?
Well, he purposefully makes his work very, very dense because he doesn't like people. And if it's not dense, then people will ask him about his work. But it's very enlightening on a lot of things if you know how to read it.
Naya, I got that cheese from Thay out that you got for me. Come.
I walk over. It smells delicious.
It does not, but I appreciate it. I'll pull out a chair and start eating some of the meat and cheeses while I glare at Laszlo for not taking any.
Well, perhaps there's something to learn from Laszlo on this, or perhaps there's something to learn from the cheese about Laszlo's author. It may appear overly complex and a little bit standoffish on the outside, but once you get to the inside, as Naya said, it's a perfectly delightful slice. And I'll take a bite of that Thaden cheese. And
I think he also smells a bit. I don't know if that is taking the metaphor too far, but I think the author does smell a bit.
Naya did get us some stinky cheese. So thank you, Naya.
I live to please you. Were you going to read from that book, darling?
I was, yeah, yes.
You realize,
should I go? Oh, okay, and I'll start reading to myself.
You realize, Laszlo, that we've been on an adventure together now, and that kind of bond just doesn't go away. You're stuck with us, kid.
I mean, that's why I come back here for lunch and dinner every day.
Has nothing to do with the fact that it's the only place to eat lunch and dinner.
Yes, but it's not displeasing to see everybody. Maybe not all at once, but
not displeasing. Yeah. I've never gotten a better compliment.
Not from Laszlo, that's for sure.
Let's also remember, though, that just because we have a battle bond with him doesn't mean he has to open up to us whenever we ask him to.
I'll take
as soon as he tells me what his favorite food is, I will never ask him another question.
Maybe he doesn't have a favorite food.
That cheese, I think, is my favorite.
The Minotaur cheese. Interesting. You haven't even tried it yet.
Oh, now you're going to have to go on dates every day to get more.
Stick one finger in it and I'll taste. Yeah, this is it.
Insight.
While he's rolling insight, I'm going to take Laszlo's hint and find myself a seat at the table over here and resume playing.
19.
I mean, 8.
Do you have a last name?
There you have it.
Shoot. I thought I had a last name for him. I don't, but I will next time.
Laszlo, whatever your last name is to be determined, I will figure this out. Shantea will guide me. in figuring this out.
No, but you did. It's the Minotaur. No, okay.
He gets up and walks away.
It's not very good.
How could it be? It's from a Minotaur. I'm not even sure of the ethical ramifications of that, but...
I mean, if they sold it themselves, I think that's fair.
Naya?
Yes.
Was it equitably sourced?
Well, the vendor told me it was. I trust him.
Good enough for me.
So, Laszlo. The book you're reading right now, what section, what are you learning now?
Well, this is the foreword where he says that anyone reading this book is an absolute idiot. But it's charm. So yeah.
Interesting.
I come back.
Is there something specific you're hoping to learn from this book?
Just knowledge, and anything. Nothing specific, no.
Okay.
I come back.
I forgot my accent. God damn it!
I come back with a pair of juices for Laszlo and Bo as they are still very young, and then my latest dragon fruit and hibiscus ale for Naya, Kirill, and myself.
Wow.
Do you have to roll for how good it is?
I can.
And then
I would love that, actually. Guess what?
Because I need to know how to react to this.
as the conversation is shifting away from me a bit, he's just going to kind of sink down and hope no one notices that he's just going to kind of dive in and start reading more.
Okay. While they're getting the rolls set up, Mark, as you start diving in, the first couple pages, the very first page, big, bold letters, it just says, all magic depends on the weave, weave being capital W. It's a little bit less elegant than that first opening page. As you flip past that, the pages visibly start to be less and less kept. You can start reading about how casters and raw magic must work together, where innate spellcasters don't have to work as hard. Let's pivot to Benlin and Naya. What were those rolls?
19.
19? Yeah, that's pretty good. You may have had one that was better some years ago, but it's been so long. It's hard to fully grasp how that one was. This one is great.
Dramatically better than the elderflower and muskweevil one. I have to say that.
Oh, but not as good. Oh, but not as good as that one solstice wine he made.
Oh, yes.
That I don't even remember that night.
Pretty sure that one was mildly poisonous, though.
Just the way I like it.
I also set down 2 bundled packages, one for Bo and one for Naya, and this is my cook's treats from my chef feat. If you guys eat them, you gain, as a bonus action, you can eat them, and they give you temporary hit points equal to my proficiency bonus, which is 2. So you eat them and you get 2 temporary hit points. They last for 8 hours.
Oh, I love these. Thank you, darling. Put it in my pocket.
Thanks.
Laszlo, you are flipping through a couple pages, noticing again that it just gets less and less kept and less organized as you flip through. This page, the next page that you come to, all of the text seems to kind of do that thing where you're writing and then it starts to curve up a little bit. And it's the first page that does that. And as you start to read it, it starts to vibrate almost. The last word you make out is... I'm so sorry, I should have had this prepared, but there's so many words to remember.
It It is, after all, a book.
Sorry, that was me trying to be supportive, not like snap, snap. It's a slam poetry thing, like when people are like, oh, snap.
You're getting into the section about hunting and lycanthropy. And you don't know how you got there from reading about how magic in the weave works together. You get to a part about Malar, god of the hunt, and then the book transforms.
Mm.
What
does it look like for us?
Transforms?
Help!
I need to switch back to roll 20. Give me just a moment.
What is it
Swinging the
transform-
loot over my back, I run forward to see what's going on.
I kind of reach out my hand towards him. What's wrong, darling?
As Laszlo calls out for help and everybody starts to turn, you see a bright sphere of ectoplasm about 3 whole feet in diameter now floating above the table where the book was.
My cheese!
Ectoplasm?
Oh, so that's why you don't read any of the books.
And with that, everybody roll initiative.
It's the ectoplasm.
Damn it.
20. So 23 for me.
Let me know when you're ready, Jake.
Sorry, I got excited and just yelled it out.
I'm very happy that everyone's so excited. Good job on the nat 20.
My only one of the night.
Yeah, the first one of the night. Hopefully not the only one of the night.
Nice. Rio, what was yours?
Wow.
To do against an ecto.
Bo.
4.
Oh.
Again.
He is a turtle. He's the turtliest turtle in the Turtle Club.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hey, slow and steady wins the race, Hank.
It's very true. Naya, what was yours?
Right.
Naya?
Did we lose Naya?
Dirty 20? Oh, no, I said dirty 20. Sorry.
Okay.
I think you cut out right as you said it.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
So who between Kirill and Helena are going? Or,
Kirill
was
should
a
go
23.
first. He got the nap.
okay.
Oh, plus he's
23
down to
after mods.
You have a +3? That's crazy.
And then
I have a -1.
Laszlo, what was yours? 3?
Big 3.
Yeah.
Too shocked
Yeah.
by the book.
Okay. Kirill, you're up first. As everybody starts to turn around and see the bright sphere of ectoplasm and energy, the ectoplasm illuminating the shocked look on Laszlo's face, you hear very abruptly, "Feed me! Feed me!" What do?
I am going to grab one of the blocks of cheese from the table.
Don't you dare, Kirill.
Toss
Don't you
it
dare.
at the ectoplasm blob.
Do you know how expensive that was?
It's had to feed
Okay.
it.
How much more?
Roll, I guess, a ranged. Do I go ranged spell, ranged attack, or do I just go dexterity? You're trying to actually feed it?
Yeah, I'm trying to actually feed it.
Okay, roll a dexterity check for me.
Thrown weapons are usually strength based, if that helps.
I'd rather not. Okay, just a dex check. That is a 21. This is like, I'm getting a good start to the
Wow.
night here.
That's a really pretty die. Okay, roll me a d4.
Okay. See how pungent the cheese was? 1.
1. Okay. As you perfectly aim a shot of cheese at it, it hits it square in the center of its being, vibrates back and forth. The cheese plops to the ground, and you see the ectoplasm kind of open up and feed me as it screeches a little bit louder.
Oh, okay, so not food. End of my turn.
Naya, that's you.
Where is it? It's right on the table, right? Where?
Yeah, it's gonna be just right above the table. Oh,
that red thing? Oh, okay. Okay, so.
Oh no, she froze.
Frozen.
Oh no, technology.
Holy no.
Oh, I can hear you guys. That's kind of funny.
You're back.
Okay, you're back.
You hear me now? I could hear you guys, so that was really funny. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to I step up to it and attack twice.
Okay.
Okay. So with my short sword, probably should have said that.
Perfect.
Okay, so it's going to be 17 and 10.
Hit, no hit.
Okay. So then the damage is going to be 6 damage, piercing.
Cool.
She kind of like walks up to it, flicks her short sword up into it.
It goes right in, a little bit less resistance than you would have thought. And as you go to pull it out, your sword is a little bit more damp than when it entered.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh,
anything else on your turn, Naya?
No, that's it for now. I'll stay next to it.
Okay. Benlin, you're up.
I take the sickle that I always keep in my belt with a symbol of Shantea at the pommel, hold it forward and go, "Be gone, defiler of cheese!" And I will like to turn undead, please.
Okay. What does that have effect on? Just undead?
Undead only. So if it's not
Okay.
undead, it would not be affected. You
This
said
is an
ectoplasm.
aberration.
Okay, so you said ectoplasm, and I went for it.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
So that was my
That's a
action.
shame.
But it didn't seem to be affected by it at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I am going to cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action on Laszlo, giving him a +2 to his AC.
Oh. Start with me.
As you go to do that, Benlin, you hear the screech. It goes, "Need life!"
Yeah, I'm not giving it any life. That's for sure.
Anything else on your turn?
Just the Shield of Faith, and then I'm done.
Okay. That's going to be down to the Gingwatsum. And if anyone is a D&D pro watching this and I'm butchering that name, I'm sorry. Wizards, if you're watching, I'm incredibly sorry for butchering the pronunciation.
And also,
Gingwatsum.
we still need a sponsor, Wizards. So
Yeah.
Hey,
Our DMs are open.
Overconfidence is key.
So it's going to turn. I need to get back to roll 20. Laszlo, you were the one reading it. So it's going to turn and try to do its energy drain. Does a 16 hit?
yeah,
Even with my spell?
Okay. Can I get... Okay. I'm going to make an executive decision here as the DM.
Execute. Or as the Pokemon would say, execute.
That one is
It's
Very
gonna
weird, too.
drain for 16 HP.
I am down.
Okay, I got you, buddy.
And that's going to be its only action as it
Only.
kind of turns. As Laszlo goes down, it turns, seems to be less jittery, and more calmly says, "Feed me." And that's going to take us to Bo.
Bo's gonna
Kill him with fire.
Step in front of Mr. Curl here and swing his sword double-handed because he drops his shield. So that's going to be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and just because we have to, we're going to smite too. Where is this?
As we're all figuring out D&D Beyond as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to actually use D&D Beyond.
Me too, bud.
Okay, there we go. I got it. I got this. All right. That's going to be... There. Oh, God. Hold on. 16 damage.
Okay.
Do you need to know what the radiant damage is separately?
No.
Okay.
It's all going to hit the same.
Okay.
Whew. Any life that it seemed to have gained before, it is now jittery and trying to visibly stay afloat. And goes back to its need life. This one audibly cracklier and more desperate sounding. Laszlo.
Okay.
Go ahead and make your save and text me and let me know what happens.
That reaction. What?
We're back up to Kirill.
I am going to step forward here and cast Healing Word on Laszlo. Just shaking his body. I know you don't have to touch, but stay with me, you son of a bitch, while you still have a story to tell. I'm not going to let you fall. And that's going to be for 3 plus 3, so 6 healing for Laszlo. And then that was a bonus action, so I'd like to cast Vicious Mockery after that.
Vicious Mockery.
It's not instantaneous, so I don't know if I'm allowed.
Vicious Mockery, what did you cast the first time?
Healing Word is a bonus action, and then, yeah,
Yeah.
Vicious Mockery is an action. Okay, so I need him to
I wasn't
make...
sure if it was Cure Wounds or not. So.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, Healing Word. So I need him to make a Wisdom save, please.
Okay. It rolled an 11.
That will not make it, and I will say you're damn right you need life. And that is, yes, okay. And that is 4 psychic damage, and he has disadvantage on any attack rolls that it makes until the end of its next turn.
Nice. All right. That's going to take us down to Naya.
Okay, so I'm going to attack twice with my short sword. And that's going to be 2 14s.
Both are going to hit.
Okay, so then I'm going to do this damage. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 plus 2 more, so 19. And then as a bonus action, spend a key point to take the dodge action.
Okay, run that by me again. How much damage?
19.
What does the killing blow look like?
Nice.
Oh God, it's gonna get all over me. So I'm just 2 quick slices, and then it explodes like a bubble, I would assume, and it gets all over me.
It does. It kind of just as it ectoplasm kind of splurting out and around. Maybe I shouldn't have said the word splurting. And that's going to keep us out of combat.
All over the cheese board?
I walk over.
We always throw it.
I walk over, grab a trash can, and just slide everything on that table into the trash can. Laszlo, how are you?
How's the book? Is it okay?
I will grip you on the shoulder. I'll grip you on the shoulder and heal you for 11.
What's the state of the book?
What book?
He said the book transformed.
Buddy, it's gone.
Oh no.
That was the book. We just killed the book.
Kirill, you know how I say I never read books that come through the bindery? That book came through the bindery. And I'm in so much trouble. Is there no piece to it left?
Looking into the gross trash can of ectoplasm and cheese.
Darling, it turned into this.
I don't think you can bind that.
I can recreate what I read.
I don't think you should.
3 pages is probably fine, right?
No, it might summon this again.
I'll just take a handful of cheese and shove it in my mouth. I don't care.
I
what
throw all
it
the
is.
cheese away.
Oh,
out of the trash can. I will prestidigitate the table clean and each of my companions.
Oh, thank you, darling. That was awful.
Thank you for saving me again, Kirill and Benlin.
Of course. I think this calls for some Baldur's Gate red. 1292 okay with everyone?
Yes, please.
Okay, so are you saying we need to find a replacement book?
Well, I mean, whoever gave that to bindery to fix is going to want it back.
Okay, so we need to find a replacement book then. I mean, does that seem fair? We can't give it back to them.
Can't we just say that the book is lost and you had nothing to do with it? I mean, how would anyone know? I mean, how much trouble are you in, Laszlo?
Well, the bindery would be out a lot of money, and I don't know.
Wait, what do you mean they would be out a lot of money?
Well, people pay to get the books repaired, and
Laszlo, this wasn't the library's book. This was someone else's book.
Oh, I guess that's a good point. I don't know. Would I know if it's someone's or the library's? Jake?
You would have been told that it was surrendered to the library, but because of its condition, that's why it had been in your possession to be kind of repaired. The Avowed didn't really care about Mazfroth's writings, but it was a book they didn't have, so they had to try to fix it.
I suppose it's for the library, so it's not the worst now, I guess. Just so much, it's just a waste. So much I could have learned about. Anyways.
If we tell the library that the book turned into a creature and attacked us, I think they'll probably understand.
But I don't believe Laszlo was supposed to take it out of the bindery.
Or read it.
Oh, Oh, is Paige around? We can say that Paige took it from the binder. If he's okay with that, we can say that Paige succeeded in a thief act. We should ask first, but it would look good for both of you.
From around the corner, you hear Paige. Did I hear my name? Is someone?
Paige,
okay?
how would you like to succeed in a crime?
I will take any and I'll help.
Carol.
We have a book that turned into a creature that we need an explanation of how it got away from the bindery. Would you like the credit for succeeding in a crime of stealing that book?
Paige starts looking around rather confused as you say it turned into something. And he goes, again? God, that's the third one.
Wait, what?
And he kind of looks up, realizing that he has let on that he's been getting into stuff that he shouldn't have been getting into.
Honey, I think you said the quiet part out loud.
So part of any good plan involves proper research, and I just like to climb, and I've seen a book turn into a monster and try to fight one of the monks. It didn't stand much of a chance, really.
Did it look like a giant gooey blob that ruins cheese?
I don't know anything about cheese, but maybe if you like melted cheese over an open fire for a while and put it in a bowl and then took away the bowl? If that makes sense?
Yeah, that sounds right. That definitely sounds right.
Yeah, and then I may have followed that monk, and he, after cleaning himself up, went to one of the sages, and the sage had heard of another book also transforming. Did you say one just transformed?
Yes, over
As
there.
he's kind of folding up all of his papers and scratch drawings of how tall the walls might be.
You were conveniently busy.
We just squashed it into goo and put it in a trash can.
He kind of peeks around the corner and comes around and goes, "That's it. I'm telling you too much. You should ask some of the monks around."
Which one did you speak? Did you hear? If it doesn't matter,
he kind of like looks back around and is like, and then after some visible debate, he kind of goes, I was peering through the window library when Sage Marigold was talking, and I heard her speak with
Marigold sounds like
with
a human
Orin.
or a gnome.
Marigold was talking with Orin, and they were talking about the two books that have transformed and hurt people.
Suppose we should go find them then.
Let's take the trash can.
Okay. I'm not carrying it.
Okay, Laszlo, how about we say...
under his arm.
Laszlo, how about we say that it turned into whatever it was while you were on your break and chased you into the tavern? That seems fair, right? Nobody gets blamed.
Couldn't we just say, if a different book has already done that, couldn't we just say that it was any book, like one of his personal tomes? Does it have to be the book that he took?
I think that if it's not the book that I took, it's still, there's a record of it at the bindery.
So it'll be missing.
I mean, the book may be a clue as to why this all happened.
It's true. I think we're thinking too much about this. We should take it to the experts, and if they ask questions, we'll come up with a story then. Maybe they just won't even ask.
Kirill. They won't ask.
Well, between you and I think we can charm our way out of this one.
You certainly can with those twinkly eyes.
Less flirting and more getting us out of this.
Sorry, yes, walking for it.
All right. It's not hard to know where the monks and sages are. There's not too many of them around Candlekeep, except the ones that, work there and are known to be at their posts. The two that Paige told you about were examiners and ones that worked for the Great Library. So you guys would find them outside of the Great Library. If I can also view the right page on Roll20.
Wait, are we allowed in? I thought we were
yet,
stuck in the court of air. Yeah.
Let me double check the map. I might have my locations mixed up if the map ever loads, because it's huge and
I think we could change those rules.
Does not like the map.
As a co-DM, I say we can get into the Great Library.
Maybe not
for the story,
get into it.
Just overall.
But
Technically, do live and work here, so we're not avowed per se, but
you're not avowed, but you can absolutely talk to the ones who are allowed in. You can talk to the avowed. You've been let into Candlekeep for a reason, so you're not disliked or distrusted in any way.
So, if I'm remembering correctly, we can enter the gate. We can be inside the ward of the library. Like, we can get through the emerald door. We just can't stay there.
Yeah.
An exaltation.
And likely Page Thievery cannot enter the gate.
A lot of these adventures assume that you are in the library actually researching things that these books are talking about, and that's how these events happen.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't we just be in the pillars, though, of pedagogy or whatever?
Yeah, but a lot of it talks about you, like, characters specifically researching.
It does.
Regardless,
I'm going to say that, yeah, you guys are allowed to go past the gates. If you spend too long and seem like you're not contributing, they're going to politely ask you to go back to the Court of Air. But like I said, no one's going to be hostile. No one's going to be disdainful or distrustful or any other discord you can think of.
We are here on a very, what is the word for short? Mission.
Dastardly. Dismal.
No, none of those.
Decrepit.
Lazlo's, maybe you don't talk.
I think so.
Concise mission. That's the word I was looking for.
Perfect.
Off to Monk Marigold.
Hey, yo, Mary.
Laszlo, you would know where to find Monk Marigold. She tends to the library.
Follow me. I think I could track down Monk Marigold and tell her that a book was destroyed. I don't know if I can do this.
Just lead us to her.
Okay.
Just take deep breaths.
Okay.
Benlin, do you
right.
have a lid for that thing? It reeks.
I look down at the open trash can and go, no.
Okay, follow me. Nothing to see here. Nothing. Hi. And I'll kind of walk them to where I think Marigold is.
Yeah. Approaching and again, I'm sorry, my map isn't There we go. Approaching the section of the Great Library you know she'd be at. She's at the front kind of tending to administrative matters. And she sees you guys approaching and goes, "Ah, hello. What can I do? What can I do for everybody?"
Hi, Monk. Colonel has something to tell you.
Our young Laszlo here, being the excellent bookbinder that he was attempting to take very good care of a tome, and it attacked him and the rest of us.
Sorry, did you say the book attacked? As she kind of like leans forward in curiosity.
Benlin, you have the remains.
I put them on her desk.
Do you like put the trash can up there, or what?
No, I dumped that shit out on her desk.
Rude.
It's not rude.
It slops.
She asked for it.
It slops out across the inventory she was working on. She sees
I
it.
poured it in an empty part of her desk.
Did you?
I'm still mad about the cheat.
Of a soldier's desk.
Still so bad about the cheat.
As you poured out all over her papers, all yelp.
She sees it, goes, I, and she looks around and just goes, "Oh, this is the third book to do this. You guys said it attacked you."
Yes, it was quite a harrowing experience.
Oh, I'm so sorry that it's happened. A couple books have come through that we had sworn up and down to be real and authenticity. One more time, Helena.
I'm not sure what's happening with you.
Oh, I wasn't saying anything.
Okay, I'm sorry. You were breaking up, and I thought.
Nothing. Not saying anything.
Do you know the authors of the other books?
Yes.
Because this one was written by a very specific, prolific rambler of a man.
The other two books were The Dark Hunger and Fallen Tathiamar. And she kind of questioned herself. Tathiamar.
Are they both Mazfroths?
Oh, I don't. It was. She actually like looks around for a second. We had never heard of the author. They were claimed to be nonfiction, so we took them in on good faith. But they, from what we know, they have no correlation between each other.
Do you have? And I'm sorry, please don't even stop me if you want to cut in, but do you know who they were donated by or where they came from?
Yes.
Any common thread would be helpful.
The other two, and she goes through, pulls out a thicker binder and kind of goes to drop it and stops because she doesn't want to get it into the goo. She pulls it back, kind of opens it to herself. The other two were brought in by a knight named Valor. She was not as warm as you guys have already been, even having been just attacked, but Valor brought the other two books. What book attacked you guys?
Laszlo?
I 100% remember the name, but Laszlo in character says it.
Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions.
He says Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions. And she goes, okay. And she flips through a couple different pages and goes, That was brought in by Yalirion High Scroll. Lovely little fella.
Huh. Is Yalirion still here?
And she goes back to the line she was on, goes to the side. Yes, it seems he's, what day is it? 4 or 5 days into a 10-day stay.
If you could point us in Yalirion's direction, perhaps we can find whatever this common thread may be, stop these books from attacking.
Yes. Yalirion is a human, scholarly type, probably carrying themselves to be, appeared to be avowed, but not yet. I'm sure that is their goal, but I think right now I don't have record of them being in the library. She gives you a basic of like where he was assigned to stay and everything. I'm a very prepared DM and I have all those minute details written down, but not with me, of course.
Well, they were reading my book. Excellent. Well, with that information, we'll have to go track them down.
It's going to take all day, isn't it?
Yes, you might want to call in some extra help for the kitchen. I think that we're going to be saving the tower yet again.
It's all right. The kitchen can function without me for a day.
Thank goodness for animated utensils.
I just meant I have other workers, but yes.
Thank you again for saving me, but I'm gonna go back to the house of the binder.
No, unfortunately,
this is your book. Absolutely not.
So you can't just abandon this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's a good joke, though.
Don't worry,
I will come with.
And don't worry, Laszlo. We will only charge you a very small percentage of your earnings for this job.
Okay. Yeah, I have some savings. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
You should consider a stage career. That was hilarious.
Monk Marigold kind of perks up and goes, "Oh, the house of the binder. That's where Yalirion said they would be."
You are going home. All right, well, turns out he wasn't lying.
That's where I got attacked too, was the house of the binder.
I had brought him a bunch of cheese.
Where they store all the cheese, of course.
And it's all my favorite.
Anyone would attack.
Yalirion starts to, excuse me, not Yalirion. Marigold starts to kind of chuckle to herself, just getting great amusement. Kind of leans in towards Laszlo and says, "It's okay. It's okay. If you're going to figure out what happened to these books or what these books are, then you have more than repaid what happened, because the book was going to turn on someone anyways."
Hey, she's not mad.
Thank you.
I'll prestidigitate her desk clean before we leave.
You hear a sigh of relief as she, oh goodness.
If it's any consolation, that was very expensive cheese this book ruined.
At least you didn't taste it when it blew up. As she makes her desk more tidy for next time, having learned her lesson about sprawling out into her space.
To the house of the bindings.
All right. At the house of the bindings, Laszlo, you know it pretty well in and out, and you can pick out the one person that you don't see there as much. The rarest books that you know of in the House of the Binding that haven't made their way to the Great Library are all stacked neatly to the left of a smaller human, youngish in age, carrying themselves to be bigger, taller, and more important than they may actually be. But the rarest books in the House of the Binding are stacked to the left. There are two to the right, and they are furiously eyes darting back and forth across pages.
They don't belong here, so maybe that's who we're looking for.
Well, go ahead. We'll back you up.
Excuse me, you gave a book that attacked people.
Correct,
from the book.
Oh, and be careful of the pages. Be careful.
Ooh. You're right. I'm sorry. As they take a soft cloth out and kind of dust around the corners. I'm sorry. You said what now?
A book you turned in attacked people.
Mazfroths.
That can't be. I bought it from the Wide in the upper city of Baldur's Gate. It was a rare copy. Not even a copy. It was Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions. I mean, stale reading for sure, but something the library didn't have.
Was is an optimal term. It is no longer.
Why would you destroy a book?
Oh, no.
Because it attacked us?
It tried to kill this one.
It almost did.
Yularion kind of throws back in their chair.
And it ruined quite a few dragons worth of cheese. I'm not going to just sit on that because no one's brought it up yet.
I think we lost Helena.
We did just lose Helena.
No.
Now, what are you... I brought in a book, and you're saying the book attacked you all? The books just don't. And they take a book that they're reading and stand it upright, peer over it. See, they don't.
The book transformed into something that attacked us.
Yes, it wanted life. It was very
adamant
insistent upon that.
I fear I have no idea how or why that could have happened.
I don't mean any rudeness, but whether you understand it or not, it did happen, and we really have to figure out why so that nobody else gets hurt in the process. One of our dear friends, patting Laszlo on the back, was almost killed by the damned thing, and we'd really like to find the source of it. Could you...
Oh.
You said in the upper city of Baldur's Gate was where you got it from.
I did. I bought it from a bookstall in the Wide. You know, the big market in the upper city. You know, patrolled by guards and.
Did you purchase any other
nice place?
By the fist,
you
yes.
may have brought into the library?
No, I had only purchased the one book because I was assuming that would at least grant me into Candlekeep, and it did its job. The sellers assured me it was a rare item.
Do you have a name or a description for the sellers that we can locate them? Because it's sounding more and more like we're going to have to go there.
I don't. The sellers that were there, and they kind of lean forward. I don't. They were kind of shifty-eyed. They appeared very forthcoming and wanted to be professional and carry themselves great run business, but something didn't feel quite right. What was the shop called? Dune? Rune? Soon? Books? Dune books? Something Dune. Something Dune. That's all I've got. I was there very briefly.
So I suppose we'll look for an bookstore in Upper Baldur's Gate. Excellent. I haven't left in months, and this sounds like a lovely excuse to do so.
Well,
Anyone
but
fancy?
The other books, are they also from the same bookseller? I mean, 3 books have gone. Could it be a problem with Candlekeep, or are we sure we must leave?
Well, we don't know where Valor was from. We should have asked that.
If a book comes in needing help, like refixing or rebinding, I assume we probably have a log of it. Can I check that log to see if that came through and who dropped it off?
Yeah, absolutely. The other 2 books that were given by Valor were of a similar description, that the outside was worn, but the title page was very well kept. The rest seemed to be kind of disheveled.
And does it kind of list anywhere in there where the books came from, other than the person that dropped them off?
It doesn't. They don't care to track that hard. They just want to know who gave them the book and make sure that they don't already have the knowledge.
Well, is this? We can check if this Valor person is still in Candlekeep and ask them.
Well, where can we get a record of that?
I mean, usually we would rely on Naya for gossip.
Do I know anything?
Have you gotten a lady knight dropping off books willy-nilly?
A gruff lady knight.
Not friendly, but I believe human.
Do I know that?
You would have heard whispers of a tiefling knight having come through. The whispers say that she served as a purple dragon knight and has taken up bounty hunting previously.
Well, I did hear them. Well, I did hear about this.
Kind of buzzing.
Dashing tiefling knight that came in. I think she was going to start bounty hunting. How intriguing.
So why
Do you
come
think
here?
you could find her?
Yeah, yeah. Can I find her?
Yeah. It's not, the Court of Air is not a very, very large area. And after some talking and listening to some whispers, she can be found.
Did I hear whether she was alone or if she was with other people? Also, I wondered.
Yeah, she is staying alone. That much you do know. She can be found reshingling the roof of Erudite Outfitters and Clothiers near the Emerald Door.
You know,
Maybe
actually,
they need a new hat.
I think I see a tiefling on the roof of Erudites right now. Could that be her? Like I'm looking out the window and I can see that. I wander out and I start walking towards her.
There's a bright red humanoid on top of that roof.
That just worked out beautifully. Like, oh yeah, where is she found throughout the day? Oh, she's reshingling a roof. Yeah, you guys approach and she's working quietly, to herself, broad shoulders. When she does turn to gather more supplies, you can see almost a passive scowl on her face.
Hello there, darling. How are you today?
She goes to swing her hammer back, sets it down, and turns, and it's a little warm out today, but thank you. Goes back to lining up shingles, and I don't know how to shingle a roof, but I'm guessing here.
We were hoping to have a word. Do you mind coming down for a moment?
She, while working, kind of, well, we can have words while I work.
Of course, you care about your work, Beckett. That's important. Darling, you aren't the knight that came in recently, are you?
Purple dragon?
With that, she kind of cocks over a look, sits back. I must be the one. Why?
Well, we've had a bit of a mishap with a book, and consequently, the books that you brought to Candlekeep also gave people a bit of trouble. Can I roll something to charm her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
What are we trying to do?
I just want her to feel more at ease. She seems real guarded.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah.
What would you want me to roll for that?
Some sort of charisma. We could call that persuasion. I'll nickname it charm, I guess.
Oh boy. It's not good though. 10.
She, I'm sorry, what was the last question asked? Or the last thing stated?
I think just asking if she was a knight, and then she said, what of it?
Mm-hmm. And then you mentioned,
and then we said the books,
about the books, yeah.
Yeah. I just picked up some rare books from a stall and used them to gain access.
Where was the stall?
Oh, it was quite a ways away. The 5 whole bloody days of journey.
Baldur's Gate?
Ruling.
Upper Town, Y Market?
She kind of
Dune?
takes a breath, sets her tools down, realizing that this is going to take her a moment. And she goes, yes, that's the one. The wide market's way in the back. I don't know. It was a longer name. Did it have Dune in the title? I didn't notice. I just wanted a rare book, and they said we have 2. So I bought them both. Earned quite a stay.
Well, Laszlo, looks like we're going to Baldur's Gate. Are you excited?
We get to travel.
I throw the protein bar that you gave me earlier. I guess I throw that up to her for your parchment, darling.
She looks at it and gives us a very sly thank you.
I try not to be offended at the gift I gave you being given so freely to someone else.
What's your passive perception, Rio? I'm sorry, Bedlin.
I sense your displeasure, and I put my arm around you and kind of pat
12.
you.
12?
Passive perception 12.
You notice that she doesn't put it away, but has it next to her.
I don't know what that means.
She's working hard.
She's
gonna eat it.
Oh, damn right she's gonna eat it.
Watch, we have to fight her later. We have to fight her later. She has that. Okay.
All right.
Well, shall we prepare to leave then?
All right. What is the fastest way to get there? I'm sorry. I'm just very excited to get out of these walls. Naya, do you have teleportation contacts? I'd rather not really take the road.
I'm pretty sure we're going to have to take the road, Kirill. Do you have the gold for teleportation?
Well, no, but we're on official library business. I don't know.
We're actually not on official library business. If you remember, we're here to get our dear friend Laszlo out of deep shit.
Marigold said it would be a favor repaid. I'd just like to point out. Dear DM, how could we get to Baldur's Gate?
Naya and Kirill, you guys would know that the most direct way is up the coast way. It's like Valor said, it's a 5-day journey.
Like with horses. I'm sure there's stables here. I'm sure we can say we can use some of the horses or whatever. So
Yeah.
all right. Well, let them know to get our horses ready.
We should set out immediately.
Okay,
Laszlo, have you spent much time on the road?
No.
Oh, it's really lovely. Once you get over your crotch hurting, it's a fun time.
Okay.
I'll remind you that Kirill is also insufferably optimistic.
Thank you. 5 days to get there?
Yes, it's a jaunt up the coast.
Okay. That's fine. No, that's fine. I'm excited.
Horses?
So I guess we could all take time to go get stuff and then meet at the horses and head out.
Laszlo's definitely not taking another one of the rare books to read on the way.
A good call. He's learning.
I feel like he was being sarcastic, and that's exactly what he did.
Yes.
No, Laszlo would never do that. What are you talking about?
All right. Does anyone need to run any errands or anything before you guys take off?
I'm ready now, personally.
Yeah.
Ready.
I leave my extensive notes on the menu for the next 5 days, but otherwise, yeah, I'm good.
I'm assuming we can borrow horses, right? We don't have to buy them.
Yeah, they'll take a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Not payment, but insurance.
Collateral?
Collateral, thank you.
I mean, we
a little
live
bit of collateral, but yeah.
All of our
They also know where you
belongings
guys
are
sleep.
I was going to say, everything I own is collateral.
Unless you're guarded. Okay.
So yeah. How are we traveling?
By horse.
Everyone on their own horse?
Oh, yeah.
Seems like the only way to go.
Laszlo, do you know how to ride a horse? Ooh, can Bo ride a horse?
Oh, good question. She's really heavy.
That's where I was going to get.
Well, hold on. I gotta remember how much I weigh.
You said 450, I do believe.
Did I?
Yeah.
I'm so impressed that you remember that specifically, Helena.
I love a big bone man.
Nice.
So should we get a wagon? Can we get a wagon? We could put him in a wagon pulled by two horses.
Yeah. Make him run.
I mean, also, how much will it affect our time if we just walk without horses?
Kind of behind the curtain, it says it's a 5 days of travel. So I was going to say 5 days period. And then you guys said horses. And I said, okay, it's probably going to take 5 days by horses then.
Okay.
Go longer by foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we can get a cart or something, that should be fine for Bo.
Yeah, like 2 horses to pull a cart that he sits in.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
One of us could even ride one of those horses, maybe. I don't know. Does that?
Well, we could put Laszlo and Bo in the cart then, and then the rest of us could just ride our own horses.
Yeah.
Benlin, what do you bring your food in on? It's got to be some kind of big. I'm assuming you don't bring everything in piece by piece when it gets delivered.
Well, it gets delivered, and then everything else is in the extra-dimensional garden, so...
Let's talk to the stable guy person. Should we do that? What do you got, man?
What you got, Jimmy?
You guys,
unless we want to hand wave it, just say there's a card.
If you guys want, you can go approach the stable master.
Yeah, we approach the stable master.
Yeah, heading up to the stable master, you see a tuft of hair walking around behind the main counter. As he hears people approach, he kind of hops up onto a step, and a dwarf greets you, and he says, hello, everybody. My name's Rirak. Rirak Steelfist. Same as my father, same as my father's father. What can I help you with?
Too fat to ride a horse. How do I get to Baldur's Gate?
My father's father had that problem.
More of a shell, not fat, but...
You're actually quite trim, considering.
I'm too heavy to ride a horse.
Being a dwarf, I understand. He jumps down, comes around the counter, and kind of motions for everybody to come with him. And then he proceeds to walk and guide you guys further, like faster than you'd expect from a short, almost round dwarf. Very intent in his walking.
We're
he
not
brings
racist,
you to the side.
So we had no thoughts on how fast he could move.
Okay.
He shows you to a different selection of carts and wagons. Really, there's essentially one of each. You could part with any of them.
Okay, and we just borrow these and bring them back, you know?
He turns to Curel and he says, "Yeah, for the price of a song. I trust you guys."
Yes, a song, Carol.
How about I take my time on the road and I write you something special, and we can give you the song with the horses.
He turns to Naya and he looks at Benlin and he goes, "I recognize everybody here. I'll take that on good faith." And he scuffles off to go take care of one of the more rambunctious horses.
The Steelfist name will ring in history. I got it.
The dwarf who saved the library.
All right, so in the road?
Yeah.
Yes. We want to say we stocked up on rations and we got some stuff together. Packs. We're
Well,
golden.
we probably just have our starting equipment, because like before we probably didn't have it, so now we definitely do.
There we go.
Off.
To adventure.
We're off to see the wizard. The wonderful wizard of Baldur's
Baldur's
Gate.
Gate.
Nice.
I'm
many
so
syllables.
happy with the way that worked out. Goodness.
We're actually going to a bookstore in Baldur's Gate. That's very exciting.
Book stall, but
We're
yeah.
off to see the bookstore.
One that almost killed me.
It's shifty-eyed people. The shifty-eyed.
All right. So since you guys set off a little bit in the later afternoon of the first day, being that it's so close to Candlekeep, the road is safe. Nothing happens. You guys travel for a while. It becomes time to camp. Does anybody want to keep pushing forward? Is you guys wanting to camp? Night has fallen. The air has turned a little bit colder. and the wind has picked up ever so slightly.
I feel like Kirill would insist that we stop in camp to have the full experience. That sounds like something he would do to us.
No reason to push it. Yeah, let's camp. You're muted.
From personal experience, I can tell you that the roads do get more dangerous at night.
Oh, yes, I think we should stop.
Not that getting robbed isn't a part of the total experience, but I just figure save that for night 3,
Bo's already out of the cart setting up a tent when you guys are like debating. Because he's like, no, I'm going, I need sleep.
I start helping you.
Bo, I don't mean to be insensitive, but do you need a tent?
Do you need a tent?
Don't you just go into your shell?
I think it's more he deserves one. No.
I mean, I don't sleep inside my shell all the time.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Thank you.
Learning things about each other every day.
Benlin is very easily scooping earth aside and like half burying himself as an earth genasi. He really likes being buried under the stars.
So he's like Moliere from Atlantis?
Exactly. Thank you.
Well, I am happy to take first watch. Does anybody want to take second?
I'll take second.
What are we?
All right, man. I'll wake you up.
What are we watching?
We're keeping an eye out for bandits, thieves, murderers, highwaymen.
No, thank you.
Passing monsters.
Wild animals, horrible monsters.
Yes.
I think once I heard about a living storm just flensing the flesh off of a man.
Oh, I saw that one. Yes. No, I think I have a poem about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
DM, how far away from Candlekeep are we now?
You
Half a day's
are
journey?
Just asking.
half a day's journey.
Okay.
To try and sneak back.
If you leave in the middle of the night and start walking back, I will tie you up. Throw you in the cart. I'm not about taking away players' autonomy, but I will do it. I will do it.
No watch for me.
All right. Well, then, I suppose that it's just the two of us. Bo, do you have dark vision? I can't remember. I apologize.
I don't think that I do.
Well,
I can't remember.
Perhaps dear Benlin or Naya will be kind enough to keep you company on your watch then.
Oh, yeah,
Of course.
Just start a fire. He can see in the dark then.
I guess we're close enough that won't cause too many problems.
Kirill, this is my first time getting to bury myself under the stars. I am not coming out of here until morning.
I can help, darling. I only need 4 hours rest.
Okay. So I'll take first watch. Bo and Naya take second, and we'll build a fire.
Wonderful. Kirill, over first watch, it's peaceful being this far away from the city. You hear the sounds of the forest. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just the sounds of the night. Nothing extraordinary happens. The 4 hours have passed.
It was almost restful. I'll go wake up the other two from their trance and sleep, respectively. Well, it was lovely. I hope you both have as nice a time as I did.
Thank you.
I think I got some new song ideas.
I'm sure they're going to be fantastic. I'll go sit down by the fire.
All right. What's your passive perception?
Passive?
Yes.
It's a great question. 11.
11. And Naya, were you helping on this portion of the watch too?
He's doing I thought he was doing the second watch. I'm helping with when Bo is at watch.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
right now. Yeah.
That's right now. Okay, my bad. Passive perception, you say? That's 13.
Yes, please. 13?
Yes. Yes, 13.
Okay. As you guys are hanging out around the fire, Kirill has since, I'm assuming, gone to sleep. Benlin is in his little burrito out of dirt and leaves, enjoying himself. Laszlo, where are you sleeping? In the tent?
In the back of the cart.
In the back of the cart. Okay.
I have like some bedding laid down and my blanket tucked over my head in the cart.
Okay.
I'm
moment.
sitting on top of Benlin's mound, filing my nails.
Yeah. Nothing meaningful happens. The stars at night are big and bright over the heart of Coastway. Occasionally the cart creaks as Laszlo turns over in his sleep. You may have gotten a free cart, but it's not the best. And
free's free.
What seems like maybe just an hour or two, it becomes morning. That was an uneventful night.
I get breakfast going, all that good stuff.
Onwards, we have more to go.
I wake up, look at what you're doing, and go, you do this on purpose to make me cook breakfast, don't you? There's eggshells in this, Naya.
Darling, I'm doing my best, really. Are we going to pass any towns on the way to Baldur's Gate that I would know of, just as general knowledge?
It doesn't say. It just says it's a 5 days journey. I know Elturel is the biggest, nearest city to Baldur's Gate. However, in the world, I don't know if it's in between or on the other side.
I think Elturel's east of Baldur's Gate, so it wouldn't.
Okay.
Candlekeep isn't that far away from Baldur's Gate for sure, so I think it's the closest.
5 days. Feels far.
Wow. 5 days by foot.
Doesn't the eggshell have extra protein?
No.
Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't.
I love just the stout. No. Very definitive. All right. Anyone doing anything special or preparing anything? Got any tricks up their sleeve before we hit the road?
Just excited to arrive. I haven't seen Baldur's Gate in years.
The call of the big city, Kirill. My goodness.
For the record, there is no town on the way. There's a forest, but there's no listed town. And Elturel is about 5 days away in the eastern direction.
Oh, wow.
So.
Okay.
March on.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You guys are trudging along for the second day. I'm trying to think. Whoever would like to, or is considered leading, go ahead and make me a survival check.
And we're following a road?
You are following like the road. The road cuts through the forest and everything, but it's well traveled and has been for years.
I got a 22 for survival.
22? Cool. Bo, with the 22, you know that with the pace you guys have been going yesterday and today, you'll probably shave a day off if you guys want to push the horses and run the cart. May be able to shave off another half day, but right now, if you keep this pace, you'll probably get there in 4 days instead of 5.
Thanks.
I'll pass that on and see what else everyone wants to do.
Oh, let's push it then.
That's good. That's good to know.
The sooner the better.
It's better the sooner we get there.
Yes.
Just be aware, if we push it, the chances of us missing an ambush are much higher.
Ambush? Who would ambush us?
I mean, we're not exactly dripping in poverty, so a bandit for one.
Then why don't we not push it, but at least keep the same pace so we can shave at least a day off?
That's fair.
I was looking forward to it now, but now that bandits might be here, less so.
To be fair, every time you get out of bed, there's a chance that somebody might try to kill you.
It's true.
And books now, apparently, too.
Oh, yeah.
I avoided several assassination attempts.
Of what we're talking about.
I avoided several assassination attempts while still in bed.
That's amazing.
Any bandits who come by are going to see all you strapping men and move right along.
Naya gives us too much credit.
Onward! Excelsior!
Other cliches.
Boulders get bigger.
Do we
All right.
cut it there tonight?
Oh, are we already at that time?
Miss you.
We're getting close.
We are getting close. With that second day of travel, the sun has begun to set. That chill has gone through the air. Another successful day of travel. Getting a little bit further from Candlekeep. Not a little bit, a bit further from Candlekeep now. Would anyone like to do anything special or anything as we set up camp and proceed with the nightly affairs?
Now that we're far enough away, I purposely steer Kirill towards telling awful road stories while Laszlo was within sight.
This one time, Lila and I were between two cities on our own. She insisted on traveling with that entourage, and we had to take on 12 bandits. Thank God she was a dragon. I think I would be dead otherwise.
What about that?
Did she ever, Did you and she ever?
Oh, no. I'm sorry, this is perhaps too personal information. Both of us had different gendered interests, if you understand.
Of course.
As they're telling the stories, I'm going to manifest a tentacle right next to me.
I'm gonna try it.
I'm just
Are you
gonna
happy to
say,
see us?
he hath risen.
I'm gonna spend my time trying to sneak up on the tentacle and like high-fiving it.
Bo. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm just bored.
Oh.
I'm just gonna high-five
Kirill,
it.
do you know that story of that woman who met a pale rider on the road and he told her to marry him or else she would lose her soul for all eternity and she disappeared into the sky? Do you know that one?
The Weary Widow of Elturel, of course. It was on this very road that it took place.
Yes.
Oh dear.
It was that she was
believe it
traveling
was on
to
a-
Waterdeep.
I believe it was much so on a night just like tonight, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, the sky was clear, the stars were out, the shadows of the trees bore down across the road, making it difficult to see her way, and she was taken unawares by the rider.
Never to be seen again.
Never to be seen again. And Kirill will sit back before the fire, underscoring himself as he tells the story in detail of the Widow of Elturel's journey, never to be completed, to Waterdeep. They say she lies in the bay until this very day.
I will hear a noise in the forest and I will use my breath weapon on it.
That's one dead squirrel.
What does that look like?
Yeah, what does that look like?
It looks like dinner.
For Laszlo, it's kind of a nervous burp. He's like really taken aback, and it just kind of comes out of him, and his eyes go wide and can't really believe that this thing came out of him. But then it's a straight line of electricity that goes to the forest.
Love it.
All right.
Lovely show.
Everybody roll me a perception check then with that.
Perception.
30-20.
11.
That is a 15 plus.
Oh, 16. Shit. Dirty 20.
A 16.
Bo?
16.
16. Everybody besides Laszlo, after that little show, you now know for sure by the smell of things, something did move back behind that tree, and it's now cooked to a crisp.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
I hope it's not a dog.
I go check on it. What was it? If it was like a pheasant or something, we're eating like kings.
It was a young weasel, not quite full grown.
Yeah.
A weasel.
Do you think we could still try to make a little muff out of that? No, so it's not wasted.
Sure.
That's not in my forte. If you're asking if I can do that, no.
I just
somebody in Baldur's Gate
carefully
we can bring it along.
I mean, it's. I would say the leather work is pretty similar to book binding. So if we find someone to tan the leather, then I might.
I kind of skin it a little bit to get at the meat of it, and then like that little bit of skin is like, look. I toss it at Laszlo. Bookmark.
Oh.
No, better.
I'll manifest another tentacle and push it away.
All right. And with everybody winding down from their antics for the night, that's where we will end tonight's session.
Cast.
I was gonna wait it out, and then I started. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in, watching episode 3 of Candlekeep. Episode 3, which is book 2. I'm not doing this again. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you so much to our patrons that Coulter will name off because he's got the list.
Sparky, David, Daniel, Scott, Rio's mom, Alistair, Sean, and Johnny Mac. Thank you all so much.
Yes. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Join us in our Discord channel. We post game questions, just kind of talk and hang out all the time. Lots of different memes. We talk different RPGs too. And it's just a good time. The link to that will be in the description below. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, all the normal plugs that people do at the end of their videos.
And smash that like button.
Smash the like button. Hit subscribe. Yeah. Am I missing anything, guys?
And with that, we wish you friends, fun, and natural 20s.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.